Hey guys, welcome to the Hangout with Donna Gets Crafty. Let's go make something.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another fall challenge. This is an open collab put out by Sandra at the Schwowin's Nest, as well as Catherine at A Perfect Place to Start. And both of these ladies have the most amazing crafts. I mean, their videos are so inspiring and challenging, and I just love each and every one of them. And here over at Place to Start, you can see just tons and tons of ideas. And if you would go and check them out and let them know that you stopped by because of this particular playlist, you'll find the links to both of their YouTube channels below, as well as a link to the actual playlist where you can view a ton of people that are part of this particular collab. So go ahead and check them out. And this particular challenge is Modern Farmhouse. So Modern Farmhouse with modern colors, and I had so much fun with this particular challenge. I really am so happy to share that with you. And so let's go take a look at what I put together. So for this Modern Farmhouse project, I decided to use this little toolbox. It's like a tool box, kind of a garden box, kind of. I picked this up. I believe that I found this. It was being trashed. Why would somebody trash something that cute? Anyway, I used some old ball jars that I had for another project and that lovely gather sign from the Dollar Tree. Now, I believe I saw Crafts by Caitlin do this particular technique using the Waverly Antique wax in antique and using it to distress. And I've done it before on different projects, but I've never done it in this particular way. I just took the dry brush and I put a little bit of the wax and just drew in, kind of brushed it lightly in towards the center of the project there. And you can see it gives it like this distressed look, but it also kind of looks like it's, I hate to say the word dirty, but it looks like it's been sitting in a garden shed for a while. And that's the kind of look that I was going for. Because it's wax, you can take a cloth and just sort of smudge it into the surface, and it gives this almost like a perfect little distressing. And instead of it being black, which is what I use a lot, it is this nice brown color. So I think it worked well with a garden box kind of look. And there you can see, I just love the way it looks. I think it came out perfect. So now I'm taking some jars that I've had from another project, and Waverly chalk paint to the rescue. Waverly chalk paint does give, and any kind of chalk paint really gives great coverage. And this is a dark jar, so this black jar needed 2 coats. But if I tried to do that with acrylic paint, it absolutely would not work as efficiently, and it would actually start to peel. So if this is your first time here, thank you so much for stopping by. And if you're returned, I appreciate you coming back. And I would love to hear a comment from you to know what you think about this project. And now I'm going to do this jar in celery. Now, originally this jar was in my favorite chalk paint color, agave, which I love, but I wanted this to be this light kind of color. It's almost a spring color, but it's very popular this fall season. And you'll see later, it really does go well with the oranges that are more traditional colors for fall. And of course, there is the old standby Waverly chalk paint in white. And I just put another coat on this particular jar. And this isn't a ball jar, this is just an old, I think it's a salsa jar that I had, or a jam jar. I would love to have you join me on my crafty little journey and click the subscribe button below, and also double click on the bell so you'll get notified every time I put a new video up, which is once or twice a week, unless I have these challenges, which I think this is the biggest season to do these challenges. They're so fun. So I have the gather sign and I want to galvanize it. And you need silver, some sort of metallic color. I wish Waverly had more of their metallics, but that was all they had available. And I don't usually use cheap spray paint, but this I was willing to take a chance because of what I'm going to be doing with it. And it really ends up working very nicely. So I just use my very chic old egg cartons, which is what I used to use for my painting. And I took a sponge and just started sponging the gray on top of the black. And naturally, it doesn't need to be perfect. You want it to be all smudged and splotchy, and just to give you a foundation. Now I went into the silver. And the secret is to just keep going back and forth to the different kinds of colors and textures and finishes, I should say, of the paints that are using. And that's what's really going to develop to make this look like a galvanized piece. I am shocked at how it does end up looking like galvanized metal. And the cool thing is, it's the different colors that I find that works the best. And I've seen plenty of videos, and other people have different methods of doing it. I find that I like this particular finish the best because of the different textures, and even the white that I used. I should have mentioned that it's a glossy white. So there you can see a close-up. It's starting to develop, and now it's going to need some more black. And you want to do the black with a dry brush. You just want to sort of tap it on there because you're going to work it together with the other lighter colors, and it's the layers that really is going to develop that particular look that you're looking for. It's not anything, it's not an exact science. You'll just have to mess around with it until you came up with a method that gives you the look that you're looking for. And I am very happy with how this develops. I hope the pictures that I show can really give it justice, because it does come out really nice. And now I picked up a paintbrush, and the paintbrush is dry, and it's an old paintbrush, so I don't mind smashing it around like that. So I just use that to blend all the colors in. And you can see the more you blend, the more you have control over the finished look, and it's just so much fun. It's like I'm addicted to doing this. I have many pieces that I've done with this galvanized look, and I really like this particular process the best. Have you ever tried to galvanize something? If you have, and you have a video, please leave me a link below. I would love to see how you guys accomplish that galvanized look. So now I really find that this ties this galvanized look all together, and that's using the Waverly wax in the antique color. And you see I'm just daubing it on and then rubbing it with a paper towel. And what it's doing is it's giving it that rusty kind of galvanized look, like it's been sitting out. And I just kind of went around where it might have been, left to the elements to become a little bit rusty, and just sort of rubbed it in. Now this really is the last part that I do that I find really ties it and makes it look like a galvanized piece. You put some wax onto the brush, and you're just going to rub it along the edge of your project and give it almost like an outline, and that absolutely gives it this really nice finish. I don't know how else to put it. It's just a really nice finish. There you go. You can see a close-up. So these are the colors I chose for my project, and I am in love with the flowers from the Dollar Tree. The greener flowers, though, I did pick up, oh my gosh, on clearance for $1 at Walmart. Now is the time to go find some spring flowers at Walmart, because they'll be in the clearance section for literally 25 cents. And this color is so trendy this fall. I was so happy to find it. And it does really work nicely with the burnt orange and this cream color that I picked up from the Dollar Tree. Because, Dollar Tree and their flowers, boy, they stepped up their game. This is a pick that I picked up from from Walmart also for $1, and it's just some basic greenery. And I am not very skilled at doing flower arranging, so I just put the jars in front of me and went across, one in here, one in here, one in here, and just worked my way back and forth with the flowers. That's pretty much all I did. But tell me what you think. Do you like this new trend of lighter colors for fall? I feel like at first I didn't really like it, but now when I combine it, the juxtaposition of the traditional colors and these lighter colors, I just so love the way that they look. I was very, very pleased with how this came out. So now I am taking some inspiration from the amazing Heidi Sonbull. So Heidi Sonbull DIY, she has great videos. I love everything she does. And she says, if you want to learn how to freehand, pick up a pencil and freehand. Okay, I am so intimidated by doing this. You have no idea how out of my comfort zone this was. I don't like my handwriting, but I was like, you know what? I could pull out my Cricut and I could make some words, and I even started doing words, but I wanted to take a chance and see if I can pull this off in a way that I would not be mortified with how it came off, how it turned out. And using a pencil is a good idea, so I just erased along the way to make it kind of as even as I could. And now I wanted to use that celery color again, and I have the tiniest paintbrush that I use to just go over the lines. Now I am going to tell you, when I did this, the pencil line kind of showed through, and when it showed through, I kind of liked it because it darkened the color and made it look like it was worn. So I did just follow along my outline, and thank you, Heidi, for the challenge. Yes, I was definitely challenged, and I'm not too horrified with how it came out. Now don't forget to go and check out the Schwowin's Nest, as well as a perfect place to start, and the playlist below, because there are going to be a bunch of other crafters participating in this challenge, and you can get some great modern farmhouse ideas from the other participants in this challenge. So don't forget to go over there and check out those playlists, those channels and playlists as well. I absolutely will try doing this again. I was not, like I said, I wasn't too horrified with how it came out, and it didn't take me too long. It took me a little longer, I think, because I'm not used to doing it, but let me know what you think. Do you think that my handwriting was too awful? I don't know. You can be honest. I can take brutal honesty. I'm from Brooklyn. I know how to be honest. That's what we're known for, among other things. The funny accent kind of gives me away too. I decided that I did not like the handle. I wanted to make the handle in that nice celery color as well. Loved the way this project is coming out so far, because it could be used in the spring, and you'll see. Now I'm going to put the gather sign on there. I did use hot glue. Now hot glue is probably not the best thing to use, because I'm not going to lie, it fell off once already, and I had to put a little bit more glue, and it did pull some of the paint off, but I didn't want it to be on there permanently, because I want to be able to use that gather sign on other projects as well. Plus use the toolbox thingy for other projects. Now this is just a piece of wide burlap. Don't even know where I got it. I have no idea. I just sort of nested it into the center of the box, and I'm putting one jar on one side and 2 jars on the other side. And I'm just going to sort of fluff the flowers and arrange them. I don't think it came out too bad, considering I have no idea how to arrange flowers. There is a pumpkin that I painted with that beautiful agave color, and then these are 2 unpainted pumpkins that I thought might work well. And the truth is, though, the gold is not really my style. So I ended up, and I didn't like the harshness of the blue. The blue is just so bright and deep against the, no, that's ocean. That's not agave. That's the color Waverly Chalk Painted Ocean. I simply took some white chalk paint and some of the Waverly Wax in Antique and roughed up my little pumpkin there. And I feel like, boy, it brought this project together. The same thing with the gold. I just put some white and some Waverly, some of the antique, I'll get there, the wax in Antique, and softened it up a bit. And this project, my gosh, I am just so happy with how this project came out. And here it is sitting on my couch. So what do you think? I have this sitting on my sideboard, and it's sitting with some other pumpkins that I made in these modern farmhouse colors. I will leave the link to that video below. And again, I would love to have you join me on this little crafty journey. We're redoing our home. It's officially an empty nest, as our last of 4 kids just graduated from college and moved out on his own. And just click the subscribe button, and don't forget to double click on the bell, and you'll get notified every time I put up a new video. In the meantime, I hope you are enjoying this beautiful fall weather, and have a great day.